Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back, and it's 11 p.m. Well, it's almost 11 p.m. for us, but it's 11 p.m. in the game, and that means the investigation is nearing its completion. Welcome to everyone who joined us during the break. I hope you know that you are in for quite a treat, because we are finishing up this murder mystery investigation game that we've been playing, and we just learned a lot of very, very big information. So let's jump back in, shall we? To answer your question, Little Duck, I guess the announcement can come at the end of Contradiction. So look forward to that here within the next, well, before the next break. Whatever that happens to be. So we're going to finish playing this game. The plan right now, and this is for everybody who cares to stick around and or invite other people in for when we finish. When we finish this game, I plan on playing a little bit of Quiplash before we go, because I don't imagine that we'll actually take any longer than midnight to finish this game, but we'll see, you know. So I do plan on playing some Quiplash after this, which means that the announcement can come a little bit early. Yay! Anywho, so the last thing that we learned was that Simon and his laptop were in this back room, this mirror room, and that he weaseled his way in there using the PIN number that he wrote down to get in some of the morphine with Kate. And that's how she had, well, supposedly that's how she had the morphine in her system when she died. Okay, is there anybody that is there anything that I haven't talked to anybody about? The mirror room, I kind of need to go talk to the Rands about. So let's see what we can find here. Midnight maybe in 10 minutes for you, but it's not in 10 minutes for me. I still have plenty of time, thank you kindly. Anything out of the jetty? No, of course not. Let's go deeper into the woods. What about in the clearing? Oh! Something in the clearing.
Just keep pushing.
Last time we saw the devil thing being carved out here.
Just keep
what?
pushing. Keep pushing.
Why are you driving a thing into your hand? What are you doing?
Tom, if you want to.
Oh, that's gotta be painful. That is Shishka hand right there.
Excellent.
Oh, man.
Excuse me.
Hi.
Would someone care to tell me exactly
First,
what's
why
going
are
on
you
here?
pegged to that tree,
Don't come any
sir?
closer.
That man needs a doctor.
No, he doesn't.
I don't need a doctor. I'm fine. Go away.
I don't. Yeah, no.
What is
All
this?
right.
A test.
What the fuck?
Of what?
What does it look like? It's a threshold test. A pain threshold test. I thought, you were supposed to be
That
good at
would
working
explain a little
things
bit
out.
of morphine if they're trying to
Inspector
block the pain that they
Jenks.
might have inflicted upon themselves.
And so this would be for Atlas, would it? Kyle?
Yeah, I know your name too, asshole.
You disappear now.
Trust
It's
me,
not a good
that's
idea to talk to a
apparently
police
been
inspector
trying to
like that.
happen to
Do
me
it
all
and
night.
make you.
It's okay, Tom. Mr. Jenks won't be bothering us anymore.
And why is that?
Don't make any rash commitments.
Let's get the hell out of here, guys. What the fuck? What the fuck? Wait. Drop some very nice keys there.
Well, well. You really should take more care of your things, Ryan.
Are
Is
those-
your keys, Kyle?
No.
Why did you give it to him then? Why did you? Okay, I guess. So we found another garage door opener?
So that's threshold testing, is it? Sticking a skewer through your hand? I could just ask Ryan or Paul directly about this, but I think I'll bide my time. See what I can do with this key fob first.
I think that's a good idea. I wonder if I can do anything here at the Atlas estate. No. No use for the key fob here. Okay. Well, I guess we're going on an every room hunting spree until we find something that this key fob opens. Unless, can you all think of a thing that had a key fob? We had the garage, but we opened that already. There's that car with the very odd vanity plate out behind Brandon House, whatever. We were able to open up the garage with that last fob. But does this fob open the car? Certainly does. Maybe. Yep. Awesome. So what's in the car? Are we... Just gonna take a look around here. What's in the glove compartment? Nothing but papers. It's actually fairly fresh and new. Huh.
Bingo. Well, Ryan, what have you been up to?
Aha!
Be very interesting to see how he explains this one.
Well, that would be the bribe payment. And also how she could afford all that fancy jewelry. Way to leave handprints just all over that fucking car. Envelope containing a check for $500. Okay. You know what? Let's save the game here. Resume. And go see Ryan about what he thinks about this new piece of evidence. Shall we? You know, that's the thing about doing your own private investigating.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
Warrants are kind of a thing. It isn't worth asking about the key fob. What about this,
Would you like to explain what this is, please, Ryan?
This bribe check of yours.
£500 intended for Kate. It fell out of your car. At least I
Fell
assume
out
that's
of
your
your
car
car.
on the driveway
I
at
mean,
Brandon
you know,
House.
look, we can be loose with the truth too. If they're gonna lie to
Why
us,
were
why
you
can't we
going
just
to
lie
give
right back
Kate
to them?
£500, Ryan?
It was just a little incentive, that's all. Just a little incentive.
Not very little, Ryan. £500.
That's a lot
She
of
was,
incentive.
A very good student. We heard that she was leaving. We wanted to give her something.
No, you didn't.
Well, obviously not.
Are you sure there wasn't any other reason you might want to give her this? Personal reason?
No!
Well, I'd like to keep hold of
That's
this for a
true.
little
We
while, if you
haven't
don't
exactly
mind.
brought up the affair
Well,
to
don't
him just
consider
yet.
it a bribe, will you, Inspector?
No, but that's exactly what it was. You cheeky son of a bitch. So, is there any evidence that might... Oh, yeah. Where is that bribery line? No. Where is the piece of evidence that I'm looking for? That's the one. What do you think about that?
So, students aren't coerced or bribed in any way, except Kate.
There's a lot of exceptions
I'm not sure
surrounding
what you
this
mean.
girl.
You said you were going to give Kate the £500 as an incentive. That's coercion, isn't it?
I really don't think you could call it coercion, Inspector. It was an incentive, that's all, a little encouragement.
To keep
So
her mouth
how
shut.
often do you use incentives?
Okay, incentive is probably the wrong word. The money was just to see how Kate would respond. It was part of her assessment.
Assessment?
Judging
We have
her
to
to see
assess
what she would
students
do.
as they progress. We don't use conventional methods like sitting an exam or anything like that.
Except you
People
do.
pay
You do
for
make
this
them take a
course
test.
per session. We have to know if they're committed or not.
So you're assessing their progress and testing their commitment?
Yes, we are. We have to.
Hi, Vikings
This
World.
is a business,
This
not a
is
charity.
actually a full motion video murder mystery
So
investigation
Ryan's
game.
claiming the money
so
was
it's
part
kind
of
of like we're
Kate's
playing
assessment.
a movie.
Did
And
this
it came
assessment
out,
also involve
God, I guess a week
threshold
ago now, a
testing,
little bit
I
over a
wonder?
week ago.
Or was the money for something else?
Oh, son of a bitch. I kind of missed that last part. Had no ulterior motive for giving Kate the $500, but we know that Emma and Ryan were having a little fling. So where... Is that mentioned anywhere? I know it is. I guess not. Son of a bitch. Wait a minute. If he had heard she wanted to leave Atlas, why was she enjoying the course and appeared happy? Really? Son of a bitch! The pub argument. What about it? It wouldn't happen to be... Well, yeah, the argument at the pub was about the affair. No, unfortunately, that doesn't give us quite what we're looking for.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
I wonder if there was something that... Damn it, I kind of want to go back in and listen to that last answer again. I missed the last part of this answer.
Would you like to explain what this is, please, Ryan?
I wish you could skip line by line instead of
intended
skipping all
for
the way to
Kate.
the
It
exit.
fell out of your car. At least I assume that's your car on the driveway at Brandon House.
I suppose so.
So why were you going to give Kate £500, Ryan?
It was just a little incentive, that's all. Just a little incentive.
Not very little, Ryan. £500.
Oh, okay,
She
yeah, this
was,
isn't the scene that I'm looking for anyway. What the scene that I'm looking for is
Thank
in
you.
the menu.
Probably be back later.
Because it's one of his contradictions. It was... this, right?
So,
Yes. Excellent. This is what I need to hear.
Students aren't coerced or bribed in any way, except Kate.
I'm not sure what you mean.
You said you were going to give Kate the £500 as an incentive. That's coercion, isn't it?
I really don't think you could call it coercion, Inspector. It was an incentive, that's all, a little encouragement.
So, how often do you use incentives?
Okay, incentive is probably the wrong word. The money was just to see how Kate would respond. It was part of her assessment.
Assessment?
We have to assess students as they progress. We don't use conventional methods like sitting an exam or anything like that. People pay for this course per session.
That
We
was
have
one
to
thing
know
I need
if
to
they're
point out,
committed or
if
not.
I can.
So you're assessing their progress and testing their commitment?
Yes, we are. We have to. This is a business, not a charity.
Right, they pay by the course. We remember that. Okay. So then, let's go back inside.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
But we don't have anything about the course being, well... Oh, where was that bloody clue? The course not having a test. Because we know it does have a test. It totally, I mean, he gave us the bloody test. See, I have this thing about the aptitude test. So where did it get added to that the students don't use a test? But, damn. It didn't add the note in here about... No. Kate's psychological problems. What about her psychological problems and the psych test? Oh, fair enough. Really? But that's... Huh. The other thing was about the test, and I can't ask him about that either. Weird. Damn. Okay. Well, I guess that means we don't have the full piece of information that we need yet. That's all that means. Not a problem. Curious, though, what does the tip say? Wonder what James is up to. Oh, thank you for sometimes being very direct, Tips. Oh, you are so nice to me. Hi. We are hiding. Oh, James is meeting somebody wearing a skull cap. Either that or a very wide, bald head. Shaking his hand. Nope, just a very wide, bald head. And a beard. Who was that? James, who was that that you just took a mysterious package from? Hello? Ring-a-ding-ding.
Ask about a few more things, please.
James definitely wouldn't know about the money. It's unlikely to know about the mirror room. What about the money? I want to talk about the money you just, or whatever it is you just got. Never seen the key ring. What about Aztec?
Recognize this at all?
Yeah, he fixed my laptop.
Does he live locally?
Wait, what?
I think so.
Okay. That little eye shift. Dean Hayfield. Aztec. I can't ask him about the box. Which means it's probably somewhere else.
Thank you.
Yeah, like, let me go check out in the greenhouse and see if he happened to store whatever it was that he just got there. And then we'll ask him about it. Okay, so what do we got? Let's look in the greenhouse, see if we have anything there, and then we'll look in the bigger one. Nothing here. And let's go further up to find that inside the large greenhouse, there's going to be... Oh, right, something to investigate. Clark's. It's a shoebox. It's a shoebox filled with...
So James is interested in poppy pods, is he? I think he's got some explaining to do.
Poppy pods, which are filled with opium, which is used to make opiates, of which morphine is one. Maybe he might be our pharmaceuticalist. Pharmacist. Shh. So let's go back down to the farm. Nope. And ask him about this poppy pod situation.
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
What the fuck was that you just got?
Several boxes of dried poppy pods in the greenhouse back there.
Is it part of your herbal
Feel free
tea?
to take some if you want.
What are they for, James?
Decoration? Why?
Oh my
Decoration.
god. Do I have to spell it
There's a
out
big
for
market
you?
for them among the over 70s.
So what are you doing with them?
Selling them to grannies.
I
Okay,
bet you
James,
are.
let's just cut to the chase. Are you extracting opium from them?
Me? I can honestly say I've never done anything like that.
Of course not. You
Sure about that.
Scout's honor.
And who was the guy delivering them?
The friend.
What if that's a part of
Someone
the
gave them
homebrew?
to him. He asked me if I wanted them. I
What
said
if
I'd have a
he
look to see if I liked
gives
You just
the poppy
thought you'd have a
pods
look.
to Simon, who makes
No
the
particular
homebrew,
reason?
with
them.
the
Plant
opium?
scientist, that's what I do.
Have you ever sold them to anyone else?
I only got them a few minutes ago.
In the
Like-
past. You know Kate's body
What?
had opium in the blood when it was found.
No, I didn't.
And so then James
Hey,
gets
that's
back
nothing to
the
do with me.
opium beer
Not.
in exchange for the herbal tea. Huh.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Also, did you see that flash of lightning? I think we're about to get some rain. Have a look, sells them to grannies. That's a contradiction. Wait. Damn it, go back to the farm. What do you mean, Harwood? Did I miss something here?
A few more questions, please.
Was it something maybe back with the salvia? No? Let's see. Let's take a look at our other bit of drug information from him. Where was it? It was the poppy pods, the homebrew. Traded his herbal tea for Simon's homebrew. Simon's homebrew is very strong, but he never extracted the opium. Okay,
Thank you. Probably
I
be
don't
back
think
later.
I'm able to pin him on anything just yet. I think I need to go talk to Simon about this poppy situation real quick. Because I do think this whole
ask you a
homebrew
couple more
situation
things,
might be the way to think about it. So what about these poppy pods? Do you know
Odd
anything
question,
about this?
But have you ever seen anyone handling dried poppy pods?
Poppy pods? As in, for opium?
No, as in for decoration.
Oh. Though, James did have opium tea once, I think.
Where did he get it from?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't ask. James does his own thing.
What does opium tea taste like?
I don't know. I didn't try it.
Sure you did.
I didn't want to risk it, did I? But I went to hospital once. I had codeine, and I went into anaphylactic shock.
So you're
The
allergic
doctor said it
to
was
opium.
an opium derivative, apparently, so...
Okay, so he couldn't have taken... So then he can't drink his own homebrew if in case that is what he's doing with it. Interesting. You know what? That is an excellent point.
Aha.
You got it, Zatala.
You
You
and
got
Kate
it.
took morphine in the mirror room. That's what you said, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you're allergic to opiates, Simon. Opium. You didn't take the morphine.
The
at all,
homebrew
did
has
you?
the magic mint, which is salvia. It's
Well,
not an
no,
opiate.
No, I didn't. Kate did, though.
I thought you were trying to outdo each other. That was the point, wasn't it?
So you got her drugged, is what you're saying now.
We weren't trying to outdo each other as such.
You were just trying to do each other.
Ryan wanted me to test Kate. To see how far she would go to be prime candidate.
To be
What candidate?
what?
Prime candidate. It means the best person in the group.
No,
basically.
it means something a lot darker than that.
But you do it in pairs. One person's the tester, it's me. And the other person's the...
Victim.
Well, it's not like that. It's completely consensual. It's just boundary testing.
Me making people
Ryan
take opium.
wanted me to test Kate.
Because they thought she was the best student.
Well,
No, they
maybe.
thought she was the best
I
candidate.
don't know. I just did what I was told, okay?
Except you decided to give her morphine. To break the law.
Well, I can't change that now, can I? She didn't die of a morphine overdose, did she?
She died because she drowned. but she drowned for reasons that aren't clear.
Atlas seemed to have this all neatly worked out. If Simon's telling the truth, Atlas are lighting the fuse and then retiring to a safe distance, letting students test themselves and push themselves to their limits while avoiding all comeback. Is this what happened to Kate?
Probably.
That's it for the time being, thank you.
I'm going to guess that, well, maybe. I'm going to guess that that's the
Strange
pretense
question.
for what happened.
Have you ever known of
But
anyone
like I
selling
said,
dried
this has
poppy
personal
pods?
written all over it.
Poppy pods.
But then what about the driver's license? With the tape
Don't think so. Isn't
from the
that
barn?
opium?
Kind of. It's okay.
Okay, that's fine. What about this whole prime candidate
Do you
system?
know what a prime candidate is at Atlas?
Yes, it's what every student wants to be. It's the best student.
Right.
You get a great high-paid job afterwards. I don't think that really happens, though.
No,
Did you
probably
know
because they don't
anyone
make it through the
in
process,
Bahrain
my
to be a
dear.
prime candidate?
What, like Simon? I don't think they picked Simon, to be honest. Well, he's got too many morals, and you can't have
They
both
picked
at
him to be a
Atlas.
tester, and also, what was that about morals? Believes morals are incompatible with Atlas. Doesn't think Simon was a prime candidate, but she does know about the system. Let's ask her about the mirror room.
Do you know about the mirror room at Atlas?
Mirror room. No, I heard about it, but I think it was only for the students later on the course. Something like that.
But
did you know
you
about Simon's
and the
laptop
mirror
being
and
stolen?
the seeing things
Yeah,
in it
because I had all
earlier.
my
That
college
makes
work
me
on it,
question everything
which I
you just
hadn't
said
backed up
about
or
not going
saved.
in the mirror room.
Not that it mattered much, but I did buy a new one. And Simon uses it now. When I let him.
So that way it doesn't get stolen again. That's probably a good idea, honestly. She wouldn't know anything about that. No, we already asked her about that. I am very curious, though, about this whole mirror room thing and her relationship with the scrying mirror. No, I guess not. Okay.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Odd. Oh well. I guess let's go on back to Atlas and talk more to Ryan. Although we could go see Paul, we do have a whole bunch of crap we can ask him about. But quickly, anything in this side room still? Hello? Damn. All's quiet in the side room. Oh well. Lounge door.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
So, why don't you tell me a little bit about these poppy pods?
Know
Do you know
anything
them
about
by
poppy
chance?
pods? Come across anyone selling them or anything?
Poppy pods. Well, don't tell anyone, Inspector.
You know who else knows a lot
I
about
hear
plants?
that you can make opium
Rebecca,
out of those.
his wife.
Why do you ask?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Now, tell me what a prime candidate is.
That
You're
question
learning
he'll
a
be able
lot,
to
aren't
answer.
you, Inspector?
As it turns out, I'm
Prime
learning
candidates
way more than
are
I
simply
wanted
the
to
best
know about
students.
this world.
The ones with the most potential.
And what benefits do they get from that?
Me too,
Well, they
Viking.
get the
That's,
top
you know,
job,
it was honestly the
which
thing that drew
is-
me to this game
Well,
because
we have a
FMV
deal
games
with
like this just
various
aren't made anymore.
multinationals.
It's
We
ridiculously
train
difficult to
students to
do.
be exceptional,
and
truly exceptional.
I commend them greatly for
And they get a
doing an
wonderful
excellent job
top
at it. I
job.
mean, normally you would be
It's
filled
a very
with B
simple
movie
deal.
acting.
And how do you decide
Honestly,
who the prime candidate is?
this
Do you
game feels
test
great.
students?
No.
Did you ever, say, ask Simon to test Kate, for instance?
Oh, you've actually been speaking to Simon, haven't you? I really wouldn't trust anything that Simon Thompson says. You know, he spent the best part of 2 months trying to undermine Kate.
I tried to be the prime
Simon
candidate.
Thompson, it really isn't my place to speculate, but if you're looking for motives, Inspector, he certainly had a few motives. More than I.
A motive to kill her?
Oh, God.
Now, that's very interesting, Inspector. Well, that's up to you to decide.
Yes, it is, in fact, and that's exactly what I'm trying to find out. So, never asked Simon to test Kate. Simon had been trying to undermine Kate. Students aren't tested. Except for the fact that he just told us that students are tested, but students aren't tested. Where was it? Oh, really? Come on. Students aren't tested. I know that's got to be the thing. Because, I mean, not only has he mentioned the test a couple of times, he gave us the freaking test. But I guess it's not, you know, that kind of test. Let's see. What about this? Aha!
Well, which one is it, Ryan? Do you test
You guys
students
called it before I did,
not?
but I was trying
Well,
really
some of them,
hard not
yes.
to look over at it. So,
Yes.
you know, would have figured it out for myself.
Tested.
She was being tested because we wanted to see if she was good enough to become prime candidate, okay?
So Kate was in the running to be prime
Hold on
candidate.
here. There's no need to
Yes.
spill your water.
And did you ask Simon to test her?
Yes, I did. But I didn't ask him to do anything stupid. He knew it was against course rules.
How far did you ask
Apparently he
him
knew.
to push her?
Okay.
I didn't
all
ask
right,
him to
all
push
right.
her. I asked him to test her. There's a huge difference. If Simon decided to give her too much caffeine or morphine or whatever, that's his responsibility.
Caffeine and
So if
morphine
he
are
did
slightly
anything
different
wrong,
as a point of
it was
order.
his
So
own
go on.
responsibility. He did it with his own mind and his own hand. We had nothing to do with it.
Midnight.
Midnight, and still no suspect, unless you count everyone I've interviewed. It's no surprise that Ryan wants to avoid any suggestion of being responsible for Kate's death, but I wonder if the man protests just a little too much.
So, Kate's prime candidate status is our next target. Save that game. Resume. Who would know the most about that? Let's go check with Paul Ryan, because we haven't checked in with him in a little bit, and I'm curious to see what he has to say about
A
this
few
whole
more
affair.
questions, if you don't mind.
I want to talk to you about... God, go all the way back here. Do you know this drop
Do you know
business
who this
card
is?
by chance?
Dean Hayfield, Aztec.
Sorry, never heard of him. We have some
It's okay, Viking. The
prison
entire thing is up on my
soldiers.
YouTube channel, and you can watch the whole
As
thing there. And
RIT.
by the time you finish that, this will be up
Large guy.
as well. So,
No
excuse me,
man.
you'll be able to watch the whole thing front to back. And trust me, you want to. This is so like it gets deep. It gets deep. That's right. They have their own IT guy.
Seen this
Ryan
before
mentioned that.
anywhere?
No.
Nothing about the key ring. What about your
When
son's
did Ryan
arthritis?
begin to suffer from arthritis?
Ryan doesn't suffer from arthritis.
Really?
The only thing that Ryan suffers from is a pathetic inability to deal with any kind
That
of...
sounds like a dad thing to
He
do.
pulled his back sometime last year. Since then, he's going around telling everybody he suffers from
You
arthritis.
say his back.
I thought he had medication for it.
Oh,
Because
he only
your
has
son said his
medication
hand.
because his GP, who is almost as dysfunctional as he is, keeps prescribing it for him.
But it's
So
not for
you
him.
don't believe he really
Aha.
has arthritis?
Not at all.
Keeps prescribing medication, but damn it. But the medication is not for him. But he does say that Ryan has a low pain threshold. That may come back
And
around
what do
in
you
a
know
little
about
bit.
Simon's laptop being stolen from Atlas?
No, I wasn't happy about it.
What did you do about it?
Ryan paid a con man to install a complicated CCTV system.
Paid a con man.
Twice the price that it would probably cost.
That kind of con
Seemed
man.
to do the trick, though. We haven't had a theft since.
So there's a camera system set up in there?
Can
if there's
you
a
tell
camera
me
system
about the
set up
room
in
with
there,
the
then that would have
mirrors at Atlas, the one with the combination lock.
caught somebody
I was given the
going
code
in there to
for the
get
combination.
morphine, right?
Well, nobody else is allowed to know the code, are they?
Not in theory.
So how's the room used on the course, then?
It's a meditation room where the students can reflect on themselves, literally.
And what about
Aren't you clever?
Well, that helps too. It's part of the program.
So you send the students into the room, they put the CD on, they stare into the mirrors. And how long does this last for?
Until the CD finishes or they fall asleep. What else would you like to know?
Is that part of the brainwashing of the course? What about the $500 for Kate?
You think Ryan
Anything about that?
might want to give Kate a check for £500?
Oh, he's totally Snapey. He's 100% Snapey, Azure. That's absolutely
Where
right.
did you find it?
Just outside.
You better ask him.
Do you think Ryan was interested romantically in Kate?
I know he has a weakness for blondes, but I didn't think it had gone so far as his offering them cash.
No, he wasn't paying for them as hookers, if that's what you think. Knows Ryan was interested in blondes. But she was not. Emma's not blonde either, incidentally. Do we know it? I don't think we know any blondes in the game. Wait. Was Lisa blonde? Interesting. That may come back around. Anyway, what about the poppy pods?
What do you know about poppy pods?
Poppy pod?
Ever come across anyone selling them, using them?
No.
Okay, that's easy enough. What about this whole prime candidate
what are
situation?
Prime candidates?
The best of the bunch. The peaches.
Mm-hmm.
And so what does it mean to be a prime candidate?
Success. We have a special relationship with many major international companies. We
right,
provide
these will be the
them
people
with
who
our
get the jobs
best
that you speak
students.
of that no one has ever actually gotten.
They get an instant job.
And what do you get out of it?
Oh, it's a little kickback.
Wait.
Just business, Inspector.
James mentioned something a while back about Atlas not actually being about Satanism, but actually being about brainwashing people in order to make them slaves. So what if this job that he's referring to is actually part of the slave trade? And Atlas receives a kickback payment because they're selling slaves. Oh my God.
Was Kate a prime candidate?
Out of all the crazy shit that
As
James said,
Ryan has
the
probably
slave
already
thing might
told you
actually
she
be true.
was.
Did you ask Simon to test her?
Yes, it's company policy. Leaders don't get involved.
Of course not.
Well,
No,
it
the
covers
students
your
have to
back,
do
of
all the
course.
things to
And
themselves.
nobody
Yeah,
knows
yeah,
the
yeah.
students better than they do, Inspector.
Sure.
It's much better to let them just work it out among themselves.
It isn't very professional to force students to test each other to the point where one of them gets killed, Paul.
We
Or,
don't
you know,
force students to do
skewering their
anything
hand
that
against
they
a tree.
don't want to do, Inspector.
So you don't force them into being tested?
No, we don't encourage anybody to hurt or offend anybody else here.
You don't use threshold testing, for instance?
No. If Simon Thompson went too
Like
far,
the guy who
that's
just
his
shish kebabbed his head to a
responsibility,
goddamn
not
tree.
ours. He's the one you should be speaking to, if truth be told. I don't trust him myself.
Okay. So Kate was being tested. They don't use threshold testing, which is a bunch of bullshit. But then that's gotta mean that there is a contradiction in here somewhere, right? If he has a low pain threshold. Like, there's that word again. I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Leaders don't get involved in testing students. She was being tested for a prime candidate, and they're encouraged not to hurt each other. Ideas over morality. I'm curious about some of the things you just said about the prime candidate and students not hurting each other. Oh, no, that's not the one I wanted. So, nothing in here, huh? Damn. Okay, we'll try the mirror room. No, not quite. That was a good thought, though. That's fine.
That's all
We
for
still
the
have
moment.
other
Thank
people
you.
to talk to, other pieces of information to pick up. Out of sheer morbid curiosity, I wonder what Paul thinks about prime candidates. Aha. And there are things I haven't asked Simon, Emma, and Rebecca about yet. So, I guess before we finish up asking him about prime candidates, let's go ahead and knock off these things from Rebecca, Simon, and Emma, because you might get an item that, you know, leads you to the last little point that you need.
That's okay.
So let's ask him about the prime
Do you
candidate
know Kate
status.
Vine was a prime candidate?
No.
Lying. What about the prime candidate
Do you
program
know
in general?
what a prime candidate is?
At Atlas, is the best student.
And what does that mean?
It means they get a guaranteed job with a very good salary. Well, that's the idea anyway.
But?
Mostly they aren't up to it.
What happens then?
They get killed.
They get sacked.
Wow. That's pretty much just calling it out. Did she just say
about poppy
the thing?
pods?
Go on.
Ever come across anyone trying to sell them or anything like that? Maybe even in here?
Not that I remember.
But here's the thing. You say you don't know much about poppy pods, my dear. Except you're full of shit because, well, where is it? Where was the part that said she knows plants? Damn it. I know it said something on here about her really knowing plants. I mean, I know it says it on James's too, but I could have swore it said it for her. No? Okay. What about the mirror room?
Do you know anything about a locked room at Atlas with mirrors in it?
Not off the top of my head, no. I think that's a question for Ryan.
It's okay, I already asked him about that. I was just curious. Alright. Well, that's
Be
all
back
the
later
questions
on,
asked
if
for
that's
her.
okay.
Let's see what Simon and Emma have to say. Also, it's midnight. Anything going on at the village hall? Nope. The whole time, the village hall was a red herring.
A few more questions, please.
Hello. What do you know about Kate's
Do you know
prime
whether
candidate
Kate was in the
status?
running to be prime candidate or not?
I don't, but I do think she would have been chosen.
Why?
Just because she was, you know, Kate.
Driven
You
and
didn't
drunk
discuss it
all
with
the
Kate?
time?
No. No, she never talked about Atlas.
Maybe not with you. But isn't that kind of what you got into the argument? But no, well, no, you got into the argument about the blackmail thing. So, if you think Kate would be chosen... No, that's probably not going to give me anything. Damn. Oh well. Yeah, I think I need more info as well. All right,
Okay,
let's go to
that's
Simon.
it for now. Thank you.
And what do you know about?
How do you
Let's
think
ask
you'd
about
have
the prime
reacted
candidate.
if you'd found out that
Candidacy.
Kate had been chosen to be prime candidate?
Is that... Was she?
I'm just asking.
Oh my god, you were just telling me that you were testing her.
I wouldn't react in any way, really. I'm not bothered. I don't think she was, though.
What makes you think that?
Well, it's just an impression I got. You know, she's a bit flaky, to be honest.
That's literally the exact opposite of what your
Not
girlfriend
really
was just
prime
saying.
candidate material.
Literally exact opposite. Didn't think she would be prime candidate material. No? Okay. Well, okay. That's fine.
Thank
we
you.
didn't get
Probably
necessarily
back
any more
later.
information out of them, but we know that actually Paul is waiting for us back over at the house, because that's what, you know, our little tip here says. I should also call the chief for an update. You know what? It's actually not a bad idea. Hello, Chief. Curious what you think at this late hour. It's midnight.
Hello, Jenks. Yes, I'm still up. Thanks for asking.
Chief Ryan admitted that he asked Simon to test Kate to see if she was good enough to be prime candidate, but he's throwing it all back on Simon. Says it was up to Simon about how he went about testing her.
Very convenient. What does Paul say?
He pretty much backs Ryan up. He claims they don't do any threshold testing.
Well, that's a load of horse droppings. He knows you're onto him, Jenks, which means
Oh,
you're getting
poor
somewhere
Chief.
at last. It's only taken you till midnight, but well done nonetheless. Listen, call me back. I'm watching that old movie, but Christopher Lee's only just turned up, so I'll be here for another hour or so, yeah?
Okay, Chief. I'll call again.
Yeah, bye.
Also, R.I.P. Is he watching The Wicker Man? I think you might be watching The Wicker Man. That's very creepy of you, Chief, considering we're also in a spooky town filled with creepy people in it. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
All right. So this whole threshold testing nonsense is exactly what we need to be discussing. But the question is, where do we find our contradiction? Yeah, wait. If leaders don't get involved, why the fuck did he make that fake video? Oh, come on. Come on. That's gotta be it, right? Really? Oh my god. I could have swore that was going to be it. So, Well, poop. But, I mean, that would basically be the same thing, would it not, Harwood? Like, as far as they're concerned. But then why was Kate being tested for a prime candidate if she was, like, a terrible person who was always drunk all the time? Oh my god. I don't get it. No, that definitely wouldn't be it, but I mean, sure, we can absolutely try it.
Aha. You say
Really?
you don't endorse threshold testing? That's the phrase.
Good job,
isn't it?
mouse charger. I want to say
Except
somebody
you do,
mentioned
Paul,
that earlier, and I
because
didn't do it because I didn't think it would
You told me
work.
that the students use
Huh.
that CD in the mirror room. I've listened to that CD, and it very clearly mentions threshold testing. You keep batting this away, Paul. We don't really use hypnosis. The students aren't really tested, but I am this close to launching a full-scale investigation.
Look, we get a kickback from these students, and they have to be exceptional. Of course we have to test them. That doesn't mean we do anything illegal. What do you think we do? Bump off the ones we don't like?
Well, that depends on how far you
exactly
push
what
them,
I think you
doesn't it?
do.
Well, we certainly don't kill them. Nobody here wanted Kate dead.
I'm sure they didn't. But what do you expect, Paul, when you put students under that much pressure?
She was a very, very valuable student. She was worth a lot to the business.
Really? And how much would that be?
But if you really want to know, 50 grand.
Wow,
She was
that is a
worth 50
good chunk
grand.
of change.
Yes.
What, you
Being
were
sold off
selling
as a
her?
slave.
Of course we were selling her. You don't get this, do you? We make perfect employees. Month after month. That's all we do.
What do you mean, perfect employees?
Hypnotized
Business
slaves.
needs, Inspector. More
That's
than
it.
anything
That's what
else
they make.
is none of this
Hypnotized slaves.
altruistic,
Calling it now,
good,
ladies and
goody
gentlemen.
crap. What we look for is people with ambition, no ethics. Push. Greed is good. All right? We don't deal with all this comfort stuff. The survival of the fittest. That's all there is. There's no higher purpose, no big plan. There's nothing at the end of the rainbow, except what you have and you can enjoy in the here and now.
And what do you
Very
enjoy
capitalist.
now, Paul?
You're gonna have to excuse me, Inspector. I'm a very busy man. I've got work to do.
Yeah, I'll bet. Don't worry, we'll find you later. Thank you so much for your time.
I'll see myself out.
Ta-ta.
Have you
Hi.
known your father? Shut the gate on your way out.
Huh. Ooh, Jenksy, what are you doing? What are you doing, Jenksy? Don't get yourself in trouble.
He's doing his level best to shut this place down. Get rid of him. He's a
What do you mean,
policeman. We
get
can't
rid of him?
just- You saw this, Ryan. You man up and you sort it. Tonight.
Duck! Ah! They're gonna see me. Kyle. Okay, I think we're in the clear. I think we're in the clear for the moment. Damn it, I dropped another 60 frames somewhere in there. That's gonna be really annoying later. I really don't know why it's dropping every so often. I'm kind of
That
keeping an
doesn't
eye on
sound
all my
good.
stats and stuff.
Two
like that.
totally
Anyway.
morally bankrupt men are plotting to get rid of me. It's midnight. I don't have any backup, and I don't even have a mobile phone. This is potentially quite bad. And what's Kyle got to do with it? I think I might make my way over to Atlas while Ryan isn't there. Maybe lock myself in.
You know, that sounds like a pretty great idea, Jenksy. Not gonna lie. Out of sheer morbid curiosity. Alright. Let's head over to Abbey Farm and see if we can get anything else out of James. I doubt it.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
No? Okay.
Thank you. Probably
Thank
be
you
back
kindly.
later.
The question is, do we walk all that way or do we warp all that way? I kind of want to walk just in case anything bad happens to us. Anything at the village hall? No, still nothing at the village fucking hall. What about you, Simon and Emma? How you doing tonight? Just fine? It's midnight. You should be asleep right now, or at least worried that I'm going to find out exactly what the hell happened, because that's what we're going to do. Anything out at the jetty? Still nothing here, just the one thing? Okay, fine. How about deeper into the woods? Oh, we got something at the clearing. Hi. Sorry. I didn't mean to make the... Oh, we see torches.
Prove to me that you're man enough to do this, Kyle, and then you can deal with that ridiculous police inspector.
We need to stop this!
What the hell? Scotland Yard. Not hell. Hello, Ryan.
Hello, Inspector. What are you doing here?
Inspecting? So, come on. Let's have it.
I don't think you'd understand, Inspector. The best thing that you can do is turn around, go away, and leave us to it.
Knife.
The fuck?
What?
That knife gives me a perfect right to stick my nose in, investigate, and interfere.
You can grab the fucking knife. How about that?
It's a physical endurance exercise.
That's true. How the hell did Ryan get here so fast? He was supposed to be over in the house.
The knife, Kyle.
Drop the knife. Drop the fucking knife.
Kyle.
Take off the shitty
Drop
mask.
it!
Thank you kindly.
Drop it.
Hi. You okay?
Not looking 100% brilliant for you, Ryan.
Well, please, Inspector, you've poked your nose into Atlas's affairs enough times to know that imaginative flair is part of the course's success. Our lessons are reinforced by a unique emotional experience.
How about we just talk to the young lady who was just being threatened? Can we do
It's
that?
an extremely evocative tool.
Well, it's a good job you're not in charge of the national curriculum.
Now look, Inspector, I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're thinking. But believe me, Atlas had nothing to do with the deaths of those people.
Just like it wouldn't have had anything to do with the deaths of this young lady had I not just
That's not what we
fucking
call
interfered.
circumstantial evidence, Ryan.
Yeah, and what about the chanting?
Simon. Now, I saw Simon walking home with Kate last Friday after the meeting. Now, Simon had some strange idea that he was in the running to become prime candidate. Well, a knob of butter has more chance of becoming prime minister. Oh, wait.
So are you telling me that
Simon killed her? Well, it seems reasonable. It's likely, isn't it?
any more likely than you, Ryan?
Trying to kill me?
Pig!
Nice.
I know. Police brutality.
Nice. Fucking slap that little punk. He's been asking for that one all game. Hi. You okay? Stop. Wait. We need to talk. God damn it. Why are you letting a one fucking suspect get away? Oh my god. A one living victim. Come on now. Like, come on now. I guess we'll continue on towards Atlas, which is now locked up tight.
That Ryan had left the place open.
I imagine... Wait a minute. What if we do have access to the young lady who was kidnapped there? Nope, God, wrong way. What about at the end of the path? Out of curiosity, no, just curious. And yeah, it's a really good thing I decided to walk back. Emma?
Ask about a few more things, please. Did Simon mention walking home with anyone?
I was really hoping it would have been Emma underneath that mask.
No, he
well,
just
not hoping, but
he didn't mention walking home with Kate.
No, definitely not.
Okay, well, let's go ask Simon about that then, I guess. Simon, you're being accused of walking home with her after
what would you
the
say
incident.
if I said it's been suggested that you were seen walking home with Kate after Atlas last Friday?
What? By who?
The same person who suggested that you wanted Kate out of the picture because you found out she was in the running to be prime candidate.
Who said that?
Just a question.
I didn't think I was in the running.
You weren't.
It was Ryan, wasn't it?
No, I am in no position to say.
It was Ryan.
Simon, calm down.
No, I can prove it. Kate's driving license, give it to me.
Why?
Why?
Kate's driving license, please.
Sure. The tape.
See that pattern on the tape there? Let me show you something.
Now we're gonna get the connection of the tape that it's from the bar.
I like that. It's the same pattern. This has come from the same roll of tape as this.
So?
So there's only one person that's taped like that. Ryan. He gave me this piece of tape when I was in his office once. Why has Kate's driving license got a piece of Ryan's tape on it?
I have no idea, Simon.
Where did you find it?
Like...
About the lake.
It's obvious, isn't it? Ryan was testing her. He was doing a boundary test to see how much she would do, how far she would go to be a prime candidate.
I'm getting real tired of this whole run around of the test situation.
Okay. It's one of the things we do at the course.
Of course it is.
Give something
go ahead.
that's important to you to someone else, then they go and hide it somewhere.
Right.
It's to teach you to not be bothered when you lose something that's important.
So maybe
to you,
when
right?
she found the
Kate
license, she was
gives her
murdered
driving
wherever it
license to
was.
Ryan.
It's a good excuse
Ryan
to get
goes and
somebody
hides it somewhere
to
down
meet
the
you
lake.
down at a secluded
Kate
location at
finds
the
out,
tape.
She goes down looking for it, probably drunk, and she falls in.
It's actually the first time he's kind of talked disparagingly about
I find
her.
that a bit far-fetched, Simon.
It makes perfect sense if you know anything at all about how Atlas works.
But Simon, if you got the tape from Ryan, Kate could have got it from him.
He told me he doesn't lend it out.
He lent it to you.
Oh, excuse me.
But I didn't kill her! Do a lab test on the card. His DNA will be all over it.
And what if yours is all over it?
It won't be. I didn't kill her. I'm sorry. Just give me a minute. I need some painkillers.
Oh, he's gonna get away. He's gonna run. He's gonna run. We got a runner. We got a runner. Biker, rather. He's gonna grab his bike.
Where did he go in such a hurry? Was he trying to act as suspiciously as possible?
Claimed that only Ryan had tape pattern like that. What the hell? So he ski-daddled right the hell on out of Dodge. So, oh my god. Alright, I need to go talk to Ryan about this tape. Well, really, I can go talk to Rebecca because Rebecca is the one who actually has it. I can't get to the estate because Rebecca used the tape under Ryan's order to hang the plastic up around back after the argument.
Couple more questions, if that's okay. Have you
Tell us
seen
about this
patterned tape like this anywhere before?
Oh, Ryan's got some. I know because I borrowed it.
When was that?
A couple of months ago?
Have you still got it?
I don't think so. I haven't seen it since then.
Okay. So let's go back here. Okay, that wasn't what I was hoping for. But what about this tape here? And then this tape. Yes! And now we're into the tape game.
Sticky tape 2 months ago. Is that correct?
Yes.
But
what about the argument?
You used it last week to tape over the broken window outside. That's the same tape.
Well, I must have been mistaken.
You must have.
The reason I'm asking,
or are you covering up for your husband who
exactly
actually did it for you?
The tape that was found attached to Kate's driving license, found at the scene. The tape that only Ryan has. Ryan, and of course, you.
So what are you saying?
Who's got the tape now? Do you know where it is?
No. No, I don't know where it is. Why are you asking me about this tape?
You seem nervous, Rebecca. Is there a problem?
Is there a problem, Rebecca? Is there something you need to tell us about it?
Accusing me of having something to do with that woman's murder, aren't you?
Yeah, basically.
I wasn't accusing you of anything, Rebecca. Unless there's something you'd like to tell me.
No, I wouldn't like to tell you anything.
Of course not.
Okay, well, that's fine. Obviously, we'll be swabbing everyone in the area for DNA, so if anything comes up on Kate's license,
we'll let you know.
DNA traces.
Thank you kindly. What'll come up? Nothing will come up.
I'm sure you cleaned it thoroughly.
Rebecca.
Everybody's just fucking running.
Would you like to explain to me exactly what is going on?
Which bit? The fact that some leggy bitch was trying to steal my husband?
So you did know.
I think you had better tell me what you know, Rebecca.
Okay. You want to know what I know?
I do.
Kate Vine seduced my husband and was going to blackmail him. Not only did she sleep with him, that whore did it just for his money. Our money.
No, that's not the full
I heard her.
Story.
I knew it was her arguing with Emma Bowman. Emma was trying to talk her out of it.
Except you got it completely backwards.
To be at the lake.
She dropped that.
Oh my god!
License thing when she came in. She was drunk.
What if she accidentally killed the wrong person?
Took it out to the woods and stuck it over the lake. Then I waited for her. When she came out, I told her where it was, that someone had just run off into the woods with it.
You led her to the lake.
She was reaching out over the lake to get it. I didn't do anything, she just fell in.
But you let her drown.
It was dark. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't help her.
Really? Did you try, Rebecca?
Well, it was too late. She was just flapping about in the water. It was pathetic. She was making these gurgling sounds.
And what did you do?
I got a big stick. I just pushed her down with it until she stopped. Well, she was dead anyway. What did it matter?
You killed her, Rebecca.
But she slept with my husband. Are you fucking kidding me?
She didn't, Rebecca.
What do you mean?
It was Emma.
Girl.
Oh my god!
Emma. It was Emma.
Rebecca Rand, I am arresting you for the murder of Kate Vine. You do not have to say anything, but anything you do say may be taken down and will be used in evidence against you.
A drunk and someone who had morphine that night. That's someone who can't swim in a lake. Oh, yes. Wow.
So, it appears that Kate Vine's death was a tragic case of mistaken identity. But there are some loose threads here.
There are shit tons of loose threads.
What was Ryan doing with Kyle and that girl in the woods? What if I hadn't interrupted? And what really happened to Liam last year? It seems I've only scratched the surface of Atlas and the Rand business empire. Trying to find out about Paul Rand's past is like peering into dense fog. He gives nothing away and covers his tracks with military efficiency. However, What is known is that Paul Rand has a lot of connections in high places. Politicians, celebrities, business leaders. Perhaps James Wilson's ideas weren't too wide of the mark after all. I get the feeling there's still a lot more to learn about the Rand business empire.
You're gonna have to excuse us. Atlas is closed for the moment, but we'll be open again very soon. Thank you for your interest.
Oh my god! What a great ending for a video game! That was amazing! Holy shit! Like, I want everyone to just give a respective round of applause right now. That was fucking amazing. Seriously, that was fucking amazing. Holy shit. So, okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the conclusion of Contradiction. We learned who the murderer was. But there are so many questions left unanswered. Oh my god. I want this game to be, I want the second game to be right now. Like, why is it not right now? That needs to be a thing right now. Holy shit. So, we're gonna take a short little break here while I collect my thoughts. It's midnight, and we solved the case before midnight, ladies and gentlemen. Go us for being the best fucking detectives in the world. Holy shit. Wow. Excellent work, both to Tim Fallon and to all the actors who were involved in that game. I guess it's announcement time, ladies and gentlemen, before we go on another short break. Wait, what? Oh, haha, behind the scenes stuff. Numa Films, I guess would be the publishing company that helped put it out. Dedicated to Paul Darrow, the gentleman who played Ryan Rand. Or Paul Rand. Not dead. Just, you know. This is an experimental independent game made on a tiny budget. If you liked it, please leave a review of the game and make yourself heard. Your support is vital if we are to raise funding for a sequel. There it is. Fucking sequel time. Awesome. My support is 100% given to these guys because they made a fantastic game. Seriously? Okay. I guess it just starts you back at midnight. Progress 100%. Cheats 0%. Ladies and gentlemen, I just beat that game without using a single damn cheat. Oh, I'm so proud of me. Okay. Let me save and exit. And that'll give me the chance to be undistracted for the purposes of what I'm about to say. Well, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we're going to take some Quiplash. And we're going to play some Quiplash. It seems as though there was something to do post-game, but I have no idea as to what that actually is. I'll find out if that's something that can be done, and we'll do it at a later time if it is. But anyway, when we come back, we're going to play some Quiplash. But before we go, I just want to let you guys know that tomorrow I'm going to be doing a very interesting and fun Tim Talks with the developer, the star, and as it turns out, not the villain of Contradiction. I will have both, the three, Tim Fallon, the developer, Rupert Booth, the gentleman who played Inspector Jenks, and John Guilor, I'll learn how to say his last name tomorrow, person who played Ryan Rand on Tim Talks. And that'll be recorded tomorrow and put out on Wednesday, so look forward to that, ladies and gentlemen. I'll probably be recording that at 9 o'clock in the fucking morning. So that's going to be, oh my God, early morning for Tim. But that's, you know, they're 6 hours ahead. What are you going to do? So anyway, thank you so much for watching Contradiction, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed that game because I sure as fuck did. And tomorrow I'm going to find out a whole lot more about what's coming down the pipe from them. Thank you all for watching. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere.